Hello, welcome to Moth to a Matchstick. This is a visual novel about hopefully rekindling a lost love, one match at a time. So, yeah, let's start a new game. Ooh, we get to enter our name. Oh yeah. Okay, always gotta do red shirt. A log cabin stands cold and desolate, nestled amongst the skeletal trees of a barren landscape. Its time-worn walls are barely visible underneath a thick blanket of snow, as if nature itself is attempting to erase the structure from existence. It is fitting for your situation. Inside, the air is frigid. You shiver, your breath visible as fleeting clouds of mist. You rub your hands together for warmth before moving about the room, your feet dragging on the cold floor as you begin your daily routine. Wrap yourself in a warm blanket and trudge slowly towards the fireplace. A meager pile of logs rests nearby, a testament to the many lonely nights spent within these walls. I need more firewood. Making a mental note to restock, you turn your attention to other matters. As unappealing as food sounds right now, you know that you need to get at least something in your stomach. You had enough weighing on you. Malnourishment didn't need to be added to the mix. With practiced hands, you prepare a simple stew over the weak flames. The paltry bits of dried veggies and meat offering a little flavour or fulfillment. The scent of the cooking food mingles with the musty odour of damp wood, creating a familiar yet oppressively suffocating atmosphere. This routine is all you have left. This sucks. As you stare at the bubbling pot, a look of resignation crosses your face. Doctor said you didn't have much longer. And it wasn't hard to see how accurate their predictions were when you looked in a mirror. Know that each passing day brings you closer to the end, yet you continue, trapped in your own isolation. Isolation that you choose. Gazing out the frost-covered window, you can see snowflakes drifting from the heavy grey skies. Your eyes, once sparkling with life, now stare ahead, dull and empty. But as lonely as it was, this was for the best. Didn't want your family and friends to see you like this, so weak and pathetic. And so, one night you packed a bag and left, running off to an old family cabin that you alone had access to. It was far away and obscure enough to make sure no one could track you down, at least not easily. Anyone else who did know of its connection to you had passed, and soon you'd follow suit. It was fitting, in a whatever that word is, sort of way. Move away from the window and begin to tidy up the cabin. Your actions slow and detached. Each movement feels like a chore, weighed down by a crushing loneliness that has become your constant companion. Yes, you had chosen this life, but that didn't mean you had to like it. Can't remember why you kept doing this. Why bother maintaining the upkeep of a place you'd come to die in? As you swept the floor, your thoughts turned inwards, reflecting on the life that you had left behind, and the decisions that brought you to this desolate place. An all too familiar inkling of doubt wriggles into your mind, one that urges you to give in and go back to the warmth of those who you couldn't even bear to face when you received the diagnosis. It was so tempting, so easy, and your desperate heart fluttered in your chest like a moth drawn to the flame. Or a moth drawn to a match, like the game says in its title. But then you remember your grandmother, how she looked in her final years as she lay in her deathbed, and how the sinking pit you felt in your stomach as you watched her slowly loosen her grip on life grew into a vow that you would never inflict the same pain on someone else, even if that meant that you'd need to hurt them in other ways. Make the few people who care about watch me turn into this, Run away and just live, waiting to die. Why does it feel like no matter what I choose, I lose either way? Hands tremble slightly as you grip the broom handle tighter, attempting to hold back the tears that threaten to spill over. Carry on with your chores, each task completed with a bare minimum amount of effort. Also just realized how morbid my name choosing is. I mean, I named her Red Shirt and she's about to die. I should have chosen a better name for the main character. Also, a dying old alarm shocks you from your mopping. Dinner's ready. You add a humble portion of the watery stew into a small bowl and take a seat at an empty table. You eat, or as you eat, you listen to the wind outside. The icy gusts howls filling the silence. An old window creaks and bends on its rusty hinges, threatening to burst open at any moment. Gather your dishes and ignore it. I guess it's time to put things in order. Though you have stayed here for quite some time already, you never bothered to fully unpack. Figured that you wouldn't need to, given how little time you had left. Setting down your route seemed pointless. However, Warren had driven you to look for anything to keep yourself occupied in the meantime, and so cleaning and unpacking the old family cabin had become your 9-to-5 job. Opening an unmarked cardboard box, you began to sort through your belongings, organizing books and baubles meticulously. Movements are slow and lethargic, weighed down by fatigue. At least when you're gone, no one will have to clean up after you. As you fold your clothes and arrange your meager possessions, you can't help but reminisce. Which knick-knack you put away, new memory resurfaces. Awkward college parties, sleepless nights spent studying, impromptu hospital visits brought on by you and your friend's stupid 2 a.m. stunts. Pause for a moment, staring at an old Polaroid of happier times you had absent-mindedly picked up. Bitter taste filling your mouth as it fully sinks in. Okay, there we go. As it fully sinks in that you can never truly go back to those times, no matter whether you stay or leave this cabin. Shake your head and swallow hard, setting the photo aside with a heavy heart. This is for the best. There's nothing left for me back there. Become a stranger in your own life, an empty husk going through the motions, disconnected from the world around you. With your daily chores completed, you sink into a chair, your exhaustion evident in every line of your weary face, and the slick sheen of sweat on your sallow skin. Congrats, Red Shirt. Done the bare minimum. Hooray! Talk to the empty air, donning a fake smile and throwing your hands up in the air. I actually did that kind of... I did the hooray, but I don't know why I did it, because I don't have a webcam or anything. So. Anyway, your voice is laced with a mocking sarcasm, bitterness in your mouth now rolling off your tongue as you rant to an audience of one. You should feel proud of yourself, Red Shirt. This your die in a chic, aesthetic cottage. All you need is some freshly fallen snow scented candles to mask the scent of sickness and death. Now that's what I call a happy holiday getaway. Ha! You stop, finally losing your breath and snap out of your hysteria. Out all the yelling and thrashing, you're left to catch your breath in a numb silence. Was this really what you become? Finally, you allow yourself to crack and feel the full extent of your loss of hope. Your eyes filling with unshed tears. Seems that no matter how much you insist to yourself that you accepted your fate, part of you can always tell that you're lying. After all, how can you expect someone to just lay down and accept that they're going to die? Good wind howls outside the log cabin, or cold winds howls outside the log cabin, only sound accompanying you as you sit in silence, what felt like hours. The creaking window's frame had begun to shift ever so slightly, allowing the cold to sneak in and chill you to the bone. Shiver involuntarily as you wrap yourself tighter in a threadable blanket. It's never been this bad before. Glance around at your desolate surroundings, dimly lit room casting eerie shadows on the walls. The once roaring fire in the hearth has been reduced to smouldering embers, barely providing any warmth. I really need to get some more firewood. But what's the point? When the panel falls ajar, as powdery speckles of snow flutter through the growing opening, you sit there, your thoughts drift to memories of laughter and conversation in a similar setting, albeit cozier. Your traitorous heart gives you another pang. Before you can bite down and swallow your sentimental urges, confession falls from your lips. I wish someone was here with me. I once felt selfish to say. Thick tears blur your vision and you stare into the dying fire, flickering light reflecting loneliness etched on your face. Even for just one last goodbye. Some gust of wind finally blows open the window, snapping you from your pitying thoughts as a flurry of snow shoots into the room, killing the last remnants of your fire. Rise from a chair, wincing at the cold air biting your skin. I get it, I'll close this stupid window. As you reach for the latch, you pause for a moment, gazing out into the vast, barren landscape. Endless expanse of snow and ice feels to you like a cruel reflection of yourself. I really am pathetic, aren't I? Turning away, you reach into a nearby drawer with a sigh, rummaging for something to reignite the hearth. Fingers brush against something flimsy, and your curiosity is piqued as you pull out an old container of matchsticks. Boxes covered in dust. One vibrant colours had faded with time, but it looks surprisingly intricate for such a basic household necessity. Where did these come from? Could have sworn there was nothing in here but when I cleaned out the drawer yesterday. Maybe it was tucked away at the back. It always seems to be the case. There's always something right at the back of like a drawer. Whatever you're looking for is buried right down in the bottom of your bag or whatever. You always miss something. Take a closer look at the matches. Look old. Really old. Old enough that they'd probably crumble if you held them too tightly. I can't be prepared, but this looks so old it's probably more of a fire hazard than an emergency tool. How did I miss these? Intrigued, you open the box and find a handful of matchsticks inside. Run your fingers over the coarse tips. And the still dead hearth behind you. Probably best to leave these be, but I'm really cold. Pause. On second thought, if I catch on fire or something, these things are shedding everywhere. Fingers tremble slightly as you pick out the matchstick, examining it. Uncertainty growing with each passing moment. You stare at the small wooden stick, weighing the potential consequences of your mind. Well, there's no harm in trying, right? I mean, I'm gonna die anyway, so might as well go out in a bang. Grimace as you walk to stand over the fireplace. At least, not much harm. With a deep breath, you strike the matchstick against the box, and a small spark leaps to life, perfectly normal and strong. And I'm dead. Before you can breathe a sigh of relief, a giant flare bursts out, nearly causing you to drop the match as its unnatural radiance shocks you. Flame sputters violently before stabilizing, casting an eerie glow across the dim room. Tendrils of smoke seep out and curl around the match, quickly making their way down your arm. You stand there, frozen despite the inferno that sits between your fingers. What you can do is watch helplessly as smoke races down your body and jumps into the hearth in front of you, blowing soot in your face. Finally, you manage to move your body, feeling your legs to buckle beneath you. When the sensation of the cold floor slamming into your knees does not come, you allow yourself to open your eyes. A man stands over you, one hand holding the matchstick she had thrown, and the other cupping the small of your back, keeping you suspended mere inches above the hardwood. Red shirt. falling for me a bit early this time around, aren't you? Grins at you with a playful smile. Keeps staring like an idiot. Why did it seem so familiar? Definitely don't know this man. Push him away. Let's keep staring like an idiot, because I mean he's kind of good looking. Do I know you? All the things to say to a man who emerged seemingly out of thin air. Somehow this was all that let slip past your lips. Can't help it. Something about him seems so achingly familiar. Did he come out of like one of my romance books or something? No matter how hard you try to remember why exactly that is, all you pull up. Okay, I don't know why that doesn't finish off there, but anyway. I think you dropped this. Pulls you to your feet and slips the matchbook back into your hand. Feeling is brought back into your fingers as his warm hand brushes against yours. Hands fall limply to your side, still transfixed. However, they snap back when you feel the less pleasant heat of the match brushing against your leg. Ow. Man flinches in shock before regaining his composure and giving you a soft smile. Both hands up as though in surrender. Easy now. We wouldn't want that forward, would we? He nods his head to the matchstick in your hand. His body language is tense, though he tries to mask it behind a nonchalant shrug as he straightens up and tries to dust himself off. However, he only seems to make himself look more out of place as his hands fall through himself. Semi-transparent. Sensing your gaze, he awkwardly coughs and gives you another sheepish smile. So, about that introduction. You continue to stare at him, speechless. Your grip on the matchstick tightens as you struggle to make sense of the situation. I'm Claude. You're a ghost? You're a ghost that's come to take me away from this place. Or otherwise you could be one of the 3 ghosts from the Christmas Carol, maybe. I guess you're technically right, but cutting Claude off, you begin to ramble, paying him no mind. I'm dead, really dead. Finally happened. Oh my god, I'm dead. Red shirt. Pulling you from your hysteric spiraling, the man of smoke and flame grips you onto your shoulder. The heat of his touch grinding you. Oh, why am I thinking grinding? Grounding you, if just for a moment. I mean, I guess we'll be doing some grinding later, but now is probably not the time. Red shirt. I know that this is a lot to take in. Honestly, I don't know how anyone could see all this. Motions to myself and the matchstick. I handle it so well. So I get your reaction, but if you give me a chance to explain, I can try to help you make sense of all this. Oh, wait, are you like a genie in a bottle? But a genie and a matchstick? I mean, that'd be interesting. Stare back at him numbly. Regardless of your current thoughts of this Claude figure, hyperventilating and passing out was just going to do more harm than good for you. And so all you can do is permit yourself to nod back weakly. Thanks. His expression and grip on you softens as he takes a step back, allowing some room to breathe now that your balance is stable. So yes, it's true that I'm a ghost. Remained here for centuries, shackled to this land and tangled in loose threads left behind from my past life. He let out a heavy sigh, shoulders slumped with a sort of unspoken weight, and you finally notice just how tired he looks despite his ghostly appearance. But then you lit the match. As you process Claude's words, you glance down at the burning matchstick, and back up at the flickering apparition of a man, realizing that its flames is what brought him forth. Heart races as you contemplate the implications of this newfound knowledge. How the hell did he... from the matchstick? You, red shirt, you finally came back and freed me. Sorry, came back? Me? You shake your head, still trying to comprehend the situation. Yes, you. You see, we knew each other centuries ago. Oh, so like a past life type of thing. Claude sees your expression and rushes to continue explaining. I get it, you're confused. Connection is something from another time, another life even. Died and you reincarnated while I stayed behind here. I couldn't let you go. When I thought of the chance to connect with you again, selfish as it was, I took it. Brushes his fingers against the matchstick flames, as though in a trance. Don't know how or why this box summoned me, but the moment I saw the opportunity, your face staring back at me through the smoke, I leapt at it. I just wanted to see you again. Heart aches involuntarily at the look on his face. Sounds insane, but he can't help but feel vested in what he has to say. Clap a cold hand on your cheek, trying to push past the sudden wave of sentimentality that has overtaken you. Snap out of it. Well, you saw me. Are you done? Or I'm sorry, I think you got the wrong person. Yeah, we'll do the second one. I'm here. Ta-da! You spread your arms half-heartedly and mock showmanship. The guy was crazy. Everything about this was crazy. So, are we done here? Excuse me? Grace looks confused. Do you really expect for you to just go along with all this? Unbelievable. You're excused. You made to blow out the matchstick. Wait. Claude pauses for a moment, seemingly trying to decide on his choice of words. Runs a hand through his hair and grins in frustration. Screw it. We were lovers, alright? A few past lives ago for you and a couple of centuries for me. Lovers. Right. I know it's difficult to believe, but it's true. We knew each other then, and our bond was strong. Fate, however, had other plans for us. Yeah, no, none of this seems believable in the slightest. There's the one who just struck a match, and this guy's now standing in front of us. Pondered Claude's words, fingers unconsciously playing with the edges of the matchbox. You look at the burning matchstick in your hand. Flames continue to feed into Claude's form. But maybe I should be a little more lenient about what's believable right now. With a deep breath, he slowly nodded, disbelief gradually giving way to curiosity. Right, Claude. I'll play along for now, but just so you know, I'm not fully convinced yet. Claude smiles gently, appreciating your willing, albeit cautious, optimism. That's all I ask. A chance to make things right. Yeah, about that. How exactly do you plan on making things right? Let's just say that, hypothetically, I am a reincarnation of your partner. What can I do? I have a life and memories of my own, none of which feature you. Whoever you loved, I'm not them. Not in any way that matters, at least. Cole looks down, his smile a bit more bittersweet at your words. Trust me, Redshirt, I know that. I spent centuries fearing this exact situation. However, I didn't just appear to make you play along with some nostalgic delusion. I think our suffering is linked. We work together, we can both be freed from the cycle. What are you talking about? Redshirt, death and reincarnation aren't the only things that have separated us. Even now, I can see that something weighs heavily upon your spirit. And if you are not the same incarnation of the person I fell in love with, something about them haunts you. If I'm correct, the same misfortune has plagued your previous lives as well. Tell me, why did you come back here, to this cabin specifically? It's a family cabin. The only one left to take care of it. Nervously fiddled with the hem of your sleeve and avoid making eye contact. Were you really willing to tell this ghost that you were dying? Weren't sure. Yes, but why did you come here? You arrived here recently out of the blue and seemingly running on instincts alone. Not a person who's running from something when I see one. I mean, who is he going to tell anyway? Let's tell him. Swallowed hard, doing your best to push down the nerves that had bubbled up inside of you. You had thought that you were past this, that you had come to terms with what little time you had left. And also, this might be our one chance to finally express it and finally talk it out with somebody that isn't family, or at least we don't know of. You're wrong. After all, how could someone ever accept that they were dying? Look at Claude, desperately trying to find any way past the subject. But for once, he appears steadfast in his decision. Wasn't going to back down, not here. I got sick. Doctors, they said I didn't have much time left. I couldn't face them. My friends, what little family I had left, didn't want them to feel like they had to stand around and watch me die. Claude wipes a stray tear from your eye. When you had not realized had escaped. Small touch dries away the trail it left. And so you left. And you came here of all places. It was the first place I could think of. He pauses. I'm sorry, Redshirt. I really am. Softened up again, but you can't find it in yourself to talk about this anymore. Shake your head, motioning for him to move on. Continue like nothing happened. He hesitates and nods his head. Exactly. Not the only one with unfinished business. I think I can help free you of this burden if you can help me do the same. I believe the key is recovering your memories, although it won't be easy. You nod your head, dumbfounded. Like it or not, it wasn't like you had anything better to do than sit around and wait to die. There was even a minute possibility that you could change things. To ease the pain you'd never asked for, you take it. Claude nods back, an expression morphs into one of resolve. Now, we don't have much time. I can only stay for as long as these matchsticks burn. Once they run out, so does our time together. Glance at the matchbox in your hand, feeling its weight. It's surprisingly light. Eyes wide with alarm, urgency of the situation sinking in. 8 matches. That's all we have. How are we supposed to make sense of all this in such a short amount of time? We just have to be strategic about how we use them. With each match, I'll try to guide you through the events of our past, so that memories may return to you. Once they do, well, I think by that point you'll understand what needs to be done. You hesitate, gripping the matchbox tightly. And if I still don't remember after all the matches are gone, then at least we will have tried. I have faith in you, Redshirt. Looks back at you, noticing your grip on the matchbox. His face softens once again. I understand how all this seems outlandish, but I wouldn't lie to you about something like this. You must know deep down that there is a truth to what I'm saying. Your eyes meet Claude's, searching any hint of deception. There's a growing pain in your heart, as though it was reaching down towards him. The sensation fades just as quickly as it appears, though. You are left with a hollow ache in its place. How can I trust someone I don't remember? Memory is a complex thing, often buried beneath layers of time and experience. Just don't remember me yet. Gaze into the flickering fire, thoughts whirling with uncertainty. Can I really trust a man who claims to know better than I know myself? Or if it's all just one big elaborate dream? Yet, there's something inside of me that feels a strange sense of comfort with him. I want to trust him. Clench your fist, feeling torn between skepticism and hope. Hope? You blink. Hope was something you hadn't let yourself feel in a long, long time. And yet, deep breath, you try to quell your doubts and focus on the task at hand. Alright, I'll trust you, Claude. Let's unravel this mystery together, before our time runs out. Not like it already isn't for me. Claude smiles softly, sensing your resolve. That's the spirit. As your fears begin to subside, you take another deep breath and prepare to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Gaze out the cabin window, the cold and barren landscape reflecting your uncertainty. But maybe that too would fade away to something brighter. Turn back to Claude, inkling of Never's hope flickering within your eyes. What if we start with something small? Anything, really. Looks at you hopefully. I'm sorry, I really don't remember anything. grab your temple as if trying to coax the memories to surface. It's alright, Redshirt. Memory can be a fickle thing. Perhaps my memories can jog yours, but where to begin? But you listen before a thought comes to mind. How about a story from our past? Simple and sweet. Claude nods thoughtfully, his eyes lighting up with anticipation. It's a wonderful idea. Let's see. I remember a time when we were strolling through an apple orchard in late summer. Claude begins to share his tale. You listen intently, trying to picture the scene in your mind's eye. Scent of the ripe apples, the warmth of the sun on your skin, laughter filling the air. Desperately seek any fragment of memory that might connect you to this shared history. Each word that falls from his lips, you are drawn deeper, missing puzzle pieces of yourself that, in the back of your mind, you had always felt were missing. Begin to find their place again. Once in your life, in this life, you almost felt whole. I think I can see it. That's it. Keep focusing. Remember the love we shared and let it guide you. Okay, let's take it a little slower than that. Right, sorry. So, as you were saying, yes. Where did I leave off? We were... We're about out of time. Suddenly the cabin seems to hold its breath as Claude's figure flickers and fades. His eyes, once vibrant and full of life, now hold a touch of fear that mirrors your own. Wait, Claude, what's happening? Claude's voice comes out as strained as if struggling against an unseen force. I don't know. Wait, the match. Claude continues to disappear. You feel a growing trepidation in the pit of your stomach. When I look at the matchstick at your hand, realize how weak the flame had grown. It had seconds before it was out, assuming that one of the cabin's stray drafts wouldn't kill it first. Panicking, you rush over to the matchstick box that you had left in the drawer, digging your hand into the matchstick. Pull one out and hold it onto it like a lifeline. Maybe this will help. Curiosity and doubt war within you. Match could bring forth memories and long-forgotten emotions, but which one? Claude depended on the match's flame to appear, but at least that's what he told you. He was right, then that meant you could end this at any time, turn your back on these supernatural conspiracies and die in relative peace. But you didn't want that, did you? You stare at the matchstick, pondering the consequences of lighting it. Light this match, will it bring you back, Claude? Will it show me our past? You looked up, desperately seeking reassurance from Claude's fading form. I could be wrong, but it's worth a try. If it doesn't though, then Redshirt, there he goes. Almost like that one scene from Doctor Who, on the beach. God, I hate remembering that scene. Makes me sad. Gives you one final smile before he can finish his confession. He too is snuffed out, and just like the flame of the matchsticks you hold. Smoke is carried away by the stray breeze passing through the cabin's walls. Last remnant sort of goes to a looked at you warmly. Dead match slips from your hand, tumbling down to the floor below. With that, Claude is gone. Take one step back, then another. The third, you bump into the chair behind you and fall into it. This was a lot to take in. One part of you still feels like you were dreaming, or at the very least hallucinating the whole thing. Hansel Guy comes out of the match claiming that there were lovers in a past life. Yeah, that's way too good to be true. I'm sure I'm an idiot. Laugh at yourself and how ridiculous you might look right now. Eyes land on the matchbox. 8 matchsticks, 8 chances. There was only one way to find out if you would loosen it or not. It was sitting 5 feet away from you. I'll come back to you in the morning. Promise. It's getting late. Claude was real. You preferred to not be half asleep when you talked with him. Time was precious, after all. That you did your best to resume your uninterrupted routine, grabbing a small bite to eat before turning in for the night. Sleep never came easy to you, but you know that you'll definitely need it tomorrow, regardless of the outcome. Eventually, after a good couple of hours tossing and turning for nerves, you fall into an uneasy sleep, dreaming of a sunny apple orchard and a boy whose fantastical stories keep you glued to your picnic blanket. Don't remember the last time you had such a nice dream. When the sun rises, so do you. Despite how strangely pleasant your sleep was, nerves eating at you were stronger, so you found yourself begrudgingly rolling out of bed. Fall back into your routine, although a bit more aware of your surroundings as each chore and task is livened by the thought of seeing that man with the man in matchstick again. You unpack, eat, and clean until you finally decide that it's time. Walking over to the drawer you had left the matchbox, pick it up and pull that matchstick out. Move your hand in front of the hearth as your heart hammers in your chest with anticipation. You lift the matchstick ready to strike it into the flame and into the unknown. You hesitate for a moment longer, fear and anticipation coursing through your veins, testament to the love that once was and the memories that awaited you. Maybe you still needed to find out. No, you needed to figure out the truth. Here goes nothing. By your lip and strike the match. Flame dances in the darkness. Shadows come to life in the cabin's walls, creating an ethereal atmosphere. Your transfixed spikes glow, heart pounding with anticipation. Sure, my main character isn't Rocky from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because they sure liked his anticipation. Eyes wide in surprise and disbelief as Claude rematerializes before you. Claude, Fred shit. Can't believe he's really back. So I'm not dreaming. Okay, good to know. Speaking of things I need to know, I need to learn more about our supposed past life together. Claude, let's get right back into it. You can't afford to waste time. Right, you look like you already have something in mind. Ask away and I'll do my best to answer. Yeah, let's ask how we met, because that might help re-jog our memory. Claude, tell me more about us. How did we meet and fall in love? Claude softly smiles, doesn't look in his eyes as he recalls your shared history. Believe it or not, this place used to be a lively and close-knit village. One that we both lived in, and it was... Sorry, I'm trying to think. Not sympathetically. It's okay, I take your time, but, you know. Laughing awkwardly, you look away from his gaze. His eyes wandering around the room until he speaks again. Right, we're surrounded by rolling hills and vast fields of wildflowers. Winters were white, but never freezing. A place where time seemed to stand still, and your neighbours might as well be family. Listen intently, hanging on to his every word. Our story, though, began on a warm summer's evening at the village butterfly festival. Everyone would gather in the afternoon and stay well into the night to watch the butterflies spread across town. We decorate the buildings with colourful flower banners, and shops would stock up on sweets to attract them. Everywhere you look, you can see villagers dressed in colourful outfits adorned with their favourite flora, hoping of getting the butterflies to land on them. The sun unfurls before you, transforming the cold cabin into a lively village square. I was enjoying myself fully, as I did every year. Didn't think it could get much better than that, and was ready to call it a night, but then I saw someone. The beautiful white outfit seemed to glow in the moonlight, and a crowd of colourfully dressed partygoers stood out, a moth against a sea of butterflies. I couldn't help but be drawn to you. It sounds something straight out of a fairy tale. Claude grins. It felt like one. And do you remember it this clearly? Motion to the vivid scenery that materialized around the two of you as Claude told his story. He bends down and plucks a small flower sprouting from the ground, rolling it between his fingers as he smiles fondly, seemingly caught in his own reminiscing. He looks back up at you and tucks the flower behind your ear. Honestly, I kind of wish they could have or the creator of this visual novel could have, like, drawn up that, or what these guys were seeing, but yeah, everyone has their limitations, I guess. How could I not? Face washes. To cut a long story short, it wasn't easy after that. We spent the night talking and dancing. Everything just felt so easy, so right. But there was something else, wasn't there? Family, for one. They didn't enjoy me being with you. Said you weren't trustworthy and that you'd only bring trouble with you. They were so close-minded. Relied on the village gossip more than any good impression you could have given them. Going to hand through his hair in frustration at the memory. A crease forming between his grashed brows. He looked at you, and upon seeing your face, his expression softened back into a smile. But obviously, that sort of thing wasn't going to put an end to us. Despite the challenges we faced, disapproval of the community, and the distance that often separated us, our love grew stronger. Found solace in stolen moments, secret rendezvous under the stars, exchanged heartfelt letters. Heart aches as you imagine the tender scenes described by Claude, longing for a connection you can barely remember. For a moment, it feels as though his memories are your own, though they fall away like sand between your fingers every time you try to get close. Okay, why did I reincarnate and you didn't? What happened to us? Why did I reincarnate and you didn't? It's a mystery even to me. Curse seems to have fallen over our souls, trapping me in stasis and you in a cruel cycle of rebirth and misfortune. We didn't just die and fail to move on. Something has tampered with us, and we need your memories to figure out exactly what that was. I have faith that we will find a way to bring the truth to light together. That was a mouthful. I'm wondering if it was maybe one family members or neighbors cursing us or something, because they didn't like us or whatever. Anyway, I'm sure we'll figure it out. Determined to uncover the secrets of your past, you know resolutely, eyes never leaving Claude's face. We will, Claude, I promise. Okay, well, we don't have much of an option, so let's try processing what's happening. Just, everything you told me feels so real. Yeah, I can't remember any of it. I feel like I should, but I just can't. Wipe away a frustrated tear, hands trembling slightly. Hadn't realized how worked up you had gotten over this. I understand how difficult this must be for you, but please, don't lose hope. We'll find a way to bring your memories back, I promise. Claude speaks, you cannot look away from his face. Each word he utters resonates deep within your heart. I know a growing attachment to this man from your forgotten past. There's no denying it anymore. This was real. Tell me more, please, about us, our love. Anything that might help me remember. Leaning closer, your eyes never leaving Claude as you hang on to his every word. Of course. There was a time when we would spend hours walking through the countryside, hand in hand, and I would tell you stories I'd made up. Fantastical ones, with daring adventures and otherworldly creatures. You'd always make me restart if there wasn't a happy ending. I get the feeling that these two options are gonna drastically change which ending I get, because I know this visual novel does have different endings, because you can find happiness in any end if you know where to look for it. Well, happy endings are never that cut and dry, not even in stories, so we can go for the more realistic type of thing, or the happy never after type of deal. Okay, I think I'm going to go for the optimistic one. So, I mean, I would kind of like to have the happy ending right away, but yeah. No, in real life, that, yeah, is never the case, but yeah, we'll go for the top one. At a point, there's also Always room for a happy ending, even in a sad story. Just because you lose something doesn't mean that everyone else suddenly loses importance. You can always find happiness somewhere. All you have to do is want to find it. Claude grins. That's exactly what you'd always say to me when I complained about it. Helping you gain some perspective was your go-to justification. It's not. The glowing flame compromising his body brought to life with each laugh. Can't help but smile at him. It was nice to see him genuinely happy and unburdened, even if it was for just a moment. Claude sighs, looking as if to avoid your gaze. The world seemed so full of possibilities when we were together. That sounds beautiful. It was, and even though we faced countless obstacles, our love always found a way to triumph over adversity. We had an unbreakable bond that not even the darkest storms could shatter. Heart churns with joy and sadness, longing for that connection you once shared with Claude. Mind races with questions and doubts, but at the same time you feel inexplicably drawn to him. Claude, I believe you. I don't know why, but something inside me tells me that what you're saying is true. I want to remember. I need to remember. I know you will. Oop, didn't mean to do that. I know you will. Then, when that day comes, we'll be together again, just as we were in the past. At least, I hope so. You nod resolutely. Just want to help. But I feel like I'm reaching out for something beyond my grasp. It's frustrating. Clench your fist, feeling an ache in your chest. I understand, and I'm here to help you through the journey every step of the way. This isn't your fight alone. Not anymore. Look into Claude's eyes, finding comfort in his presence, and a sense of emptiness when you think of the match burning out. Shake your head, trying to focus on the present moment. Won't let you hold me back anymore. Need to remember the truth. I admire your determination. Get there together. Take a deep breath, steadying yourself as you mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Thank you, Claude. Your support means everything to me. Oh shit, here we go again. No, I think the match's essence is fading. The sound of the match's smoke weakens, your heart sinks at the thought of losing Claude again, even if for a short time. All seems to grow colder. Promise me we'll find our way back to each other no matter what. Promise. There he goes again. With those words, Claude's image dies with the matchstick's off flame. You are left alone with your thoughts. Turning from the hearth, grasping with the emptiness Claude's absence leaves you feeling, and a new sense of determination to bring your past back to life. Finally, all the tension that you had built up finally came crashing down on you, in response to Claude's absence. No matter how much you breathe in, it feels as though no air is entering your lungs. As much as you want to pull out another matchstick right away, you know you won't be able to handle it, physically and mentally. But still, waiting another day seems too long at this point in your quest for answers. Claude, I'll be back. Just give me a few hours. Sink into a chair and take another deep breath. It was that time yet again. Pull on a matchstick from its box, not even bothering to look down as you strike it. Surprisingly easy to fall into this routine, orthodox of routines as it may be. Hello again, Claude, even though it was just a few seconds since we last saw you. Claude's image soon forms, though he's already speaking before he's completely materialized. Seems like he was beginning to get used to this. Not sure if that's a good thing. I think I have an idea. Snap from your thoughts and look at him. What is it? Well, follow me. Claude moves towards the door. It's vaguely opaque. Legs striding in awkward steps. Yeah, wait, let me get my snow gear. Oh, of course. How could I forget? Last awkwardly and you feel a twinge of pity. Must be hard remembering these things after being dead for so long. Maybe not from the weather, but can ghosts feel cold at all? I mean, they'd probably be cold all the time. Again, didn't mean to click on that. Claude waits patiently by the door as you move to equip your heavy snow coat, snowproof shoes, mittens, and... Wait, where's your hat? Looking for this? Claude holds up your beanie, smirking. Come here, silly. Walk towards Claude, staying as still as you possibly can while he places the hat on your head. Breath hitches he leans in. You really do feel a bit silly when he pulls away moments later. Chalk out your blush to the heat that emanates from him. Some ghosts can feel cold. I don't think Claude is one of them. There. All done. Are you ready? Yep, ready. Ooh, it's nice outside. It'll be a little bit dark. Walk outside and the cold air immediately slapping you in the face. Ugh, hate the cold. Claude gives you a sympathetic look. Who doesn't? Now, follow me, please. Follow Claude towards the surrounding woods. Steps illuminating a path for you to follow. It's actually kind of nice to see the outside instead of being stuck in that same dingy cabin. Something wrong, red shirt? Oh, no, it's just... Never been in a place like this before. Guess I never really took the time to explore anywhere outside the cabin. Kind of regretting that now. Gaze at the serene landscape, endless expanse of snow, cold trees stretching before you. Colder nips at your cheeks, leaving you flushed and rosy. It's always a first time for everything. Oh, I'm sure we're going to have our first time later, again. Claude reaches out, gently taking your hand in his own. Pays through yours slightly, and though you can feel the warm pressure of his touch, the reminder of his ghostly state chills you. What's it feel to remain in a world where your presence holds barely as much bearing on it as a fleeting breeze, the lick of flame? To lose the capacity to need but retain the need to want. To be stuck watching time pass without being allowed to move with it. To touch someone but never quite hold them. No wonder he was so insistent on all this. Can't fold him. You would be desperate for freedom too. That's right, can't fail Claude. Shake your head and resume your conversation, bending resolve to say not judge yourself, warming you. Yeah, I guess you're right. As you walk further into the woods, the snow crunches beneath your boots as tall, ancient trees stand watch, casting long shadows across the ground. The world around you seems to be in hibernation, biding the time until spring's return. Claude, what about these woods is so special? It's hard to explain, but this place is magical. Time works differently here, like a still pond that branches from an ever-flowing stream. I used to sneak down here, and figured out all of our old spots to be the most likely to stir up memories. Sometimes it helps to see something yourself rather than to just have faith in what you've been told. Piece of the past that survived to the present. Bridge between your life and the world you live in now. You nod, understanding the lord of the frozen forest. It was a part of you that you left here was finally found its way back, locking down mental barriers that previously kept you disconnected from Claude. Claude, you were so much closer, so much more familiar. I can see why you liked it here. You continue to walk hand in hand, you suddenly stop in your tracks. You see them, memories. Not Claude's for once, but your own. It came in flashes, making you flinch with each passing vision. Claude, I think I'm remembering something. Claude stops in his tracks and takes your other hand, studying you. His face is serious. I've got you, Richard. So just focus on the memories. Tell me, what do you see? The woods. These woods. I'm running. Someone's chasing me. Who's chasing you, red shirt? Heart is hammering in your chest. Feels as though it's about to burst. Gasp for air, but find nothing. All you can seem to fill your lungs is with smoke. The villagers sink down to the floor. Hateful faces of those you once saw as your friends bearing down on you. Claude, I don't think I can do this. Richard, you have to, please. Clench your fist, nails digging into the flesh, till the snow under you turns pink from freshly drawn blood. Not even a stinging pain can pull you from your, whatever that word is, shrieks. Curses leaped at you combined with the clanging of metal. surrounding me, shouting, yelling at me. They're accusing me. Accusing you of what? Witchcraft. Oh no. So yeah, she got... Yeah. Because they believed that... of course it would have been back in those times where... Got burned at the fucking stake. What? They're going to kill me. I don't want to die. Don't want to die, Claude. Grab at him, ignoring how he had the flames burn at your bleeding hands. Claude. Red shirt. You stop. Voice grows more quiet, barely a whisper. Stare blankly at the frozen ground. But I'm going to die, aren't I? Because... You stutter, the words struggling to make it past your frozen lips. Because? They're right. Oh, why did I take so long to make the connection? She's the one that did the... You know, this whole situation. Two of you sit on the ground, silent. Been like this for a few moments, neither of you willing to be the first to speak. Managed to get your heart rate back to somewhat normal levels, though it's still beating irregularly. Light layer of sweat coats your brow, despite the freezing cold that surrounds you. Maybe you pushed yourself too far. Like it or not, you're still sick. You must have been terrified. I didn't know. Can't help but shrink away from Claude when he turns to you. What do you think of you now that the truth was revealed? You look down, embarrassed. This is Claude, your Claude, the same Claude who made you help him find a proper burial spot for a rat that was found sneaking past the baker's stock, crying about how it deserved to eat better than stale loaves when it was alive. Never wish harm on anyone or anything, no matter how others viewed them. You should definitely wanted to believe that this doesn't change anything, but you're scared. Claude starts when you flinch away from his touch, but quickly recovers, sitting his hands in his lap and keeps a respectable distance from you. Looks at you with sympathy and smiles sadly. Sorry, remembering all this must have been a lot, but you're safe now. Am I really? I know how reassuring saying this is, but never ever hurt you, Redshirt. You may have been raised by people who refuse to accept you, but like hell, I'll ever think like them. If you're a witch, then I still won't hesitate to stand by your side. The only thing that changes is how we approach our problem. Take a deep breath, trying to shake the chilling vision from the past. Right, focus. Going to Claude's hand, seeking solace in his reassuring touch. Don't need to hide anymore. Claude, you can embrace the truth of yourself and your past. Thank you, Claude. Memories, they're painful, but something else has also come back to me. Something warmer, making me want to remember despite it all. I shimmer with the unshed tears, breath-itching as you remember the tender moments shared with Claude in your past life. Claude's eyes widen as he leans in closer. You can see in your eyes, you remember. Not slowly, heart aching with the bittersweet memories of a love that had been tragically cut short. Its mysteries end taunting you. You're so close, but you need to remember more. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm remembering so much so quickly. Because I was expecting it to be down to the last match before he remembered. Anyway, yeah, I can see it. Those times we snake out once the sun was set keep me coming back with those stories you told. It was making me get invested just to leave off with a cliffhanger at the end of the night. Jeez, it drove me crazy. Hopefully in a good way. Yeah. Wave him up playfully. How about you? A couple of centuries, nothing to sniff at. Still remember that time we got caught in the rain? Oh man, we were drenched. Can't believe you convinced me to stay. Frit's shoes were left drying for a week. Well, whose idea was it to keep dancing again? Oh yeah, I remember that too. It was yours. Claude breaks out a laugh. Okay, you got me there. But in my defense, I was watching history in the making. You spinning around with your hair plastered to your face, not caring about anything but the moment for once. That was something you see every day. Please, I look ridiculous. You looked beautiful. You still are, even more so. You feel lighter, almost as though your bond is growing stronger, weight lifted by reassurance of a connection that had transcended time and space. If it was one of those, like, romance type visual novel games, you'd get like a +1 bond or something. A love will increase before you got to the whatever character's ending. Sort of feels like how you were before you felt sick. Maybe even better than back then. Teetered between illness and wellness. Can't deny that that taste of life has left you ravenous for more. It's almost like I can feel it all again. Like it's just within reach. Claude pulls you closer, his warm embrace providing solace from the storm of emotions raging inside of you. Those moments were real, and they mattered. Accusations against you were false and unjust, but our love was true. Gaze into Claude's eyes, feeling your senses swell and crash like a tidal wave. Anyways, we'll walk down memory lane and isn't over yet. This way, please. Ooh, this is nice and pretty. Claude leads you to deeper into the woods, breath visible in the cold air. Snow crunches beneath your feet as you approach a small clearing in the trees. You step into the open space, you're greeted by a breathtaking sight. Do you mind, like, moving slightly to the left or right so I can see the flowers? This is beautiful. Clearing in the dawn with frostbitten roses. Their petals glistening like dark jewels under the winter sun. The musical scene tugs at your heart, stirring something within you. I'd hope you would like it. This place holds special meaning. Feel a sudden rush of memories flooding your mind. This time you're ready. Do a little more than flinch at the onslaught of colours and voices. Images flash before your eyes, dancing amongst the flowers in full bloom, hand in hand with Claude. At least these are better memories than the one we just had moments ago. Quiet outings, picking blossoms. Perfect materials for floral arrangements and crowns. No matter the season, no matter the year. Clearing often you respite from the overbearing aspects of a busy village life. We were here together, and we were so happy. Yes, we were, and that happiness was real. House spoils with emotion, but the sweet memories are quickly tainted by the recollection of being hunted by the townspeople, faces twisting with fear and anger, shouting accusations as they surrounded you. It all looked the same in the smoke that engulfed you. But it was short-lived, and so were we. You stand in the clearing surrounded by the frozen beauty of roses. You feel a mix of emotion, love, loss, and determination to hold on to the bond you shared with Claude. Suddenly you doubled over in agony. Your heart feels as though it's on fire. My heart, I feel like I'm being torn apart. Eyes filled with tears, reflecting the moonlight that filters the ancient trees surrounding you. Purchase. You recall the fear etched on your face during the moments leading up to your execution. Heart aches again. You shudder involuntary. I thought I would never see you again. Cross smiles bitterly, though his eye seems more directed towards himself than you. Yet, here I am. Always a bit too late. Claude shakes his head. But I'll follow you through lifetimes if I have to. Stand there in silence for a moment. Breathe deeply, allowing your shared past to intertwine with the present, drawing courage from your renewed connection. We survived so much, it took us being apart for them to even stand a chance. That's right. Move closer to Claude, feeling the weight of your past being lifted by the unshaking devotion you have for each other. This forest, where the greenery never loses, its vibrant and roses bloom even in the harshest cold. Love that transcends time and kindles the spark of hope you once hid away centuries ago. It's just, I can't shake this feeling that we need to find a way to make our reunion last forever. Memories continue to resurface, each one intensifying your determination to stay together permanently. Like you said, we've overcome so much already. We'll find a way, I promise. Gaze into Claude's deep brown eyes, searching for reassurance. You're right. We've come too far to be separated again. Let's leave this behind and move on, side by side like it always should have been. You walk deeper into the woods. A shot of confidence reinvigorates your heart, knowing that you can face whatever challenges lie ahead, as long as you are with Claude. This time, forge your own path. No one will stand in our way. Together, venture out of the clearing, leaving behind the ghostly whispers of your past. Thank you, Claude, for everything. Claude turns to you, reaching out. His hand falls through yours, without even giving you the smallest sensation of a warm touch. Shit. Here we go again. Eyes follow his arm, winding as you see it slowly begin to lose opacity. Claude? You're fading away again, even faster than before. Don't panic, Red Shirt. Probably because we're outside. The flame's probably just weak from all the moisture in the air. There are some more matchboxes or matchsticks in the kitchen. Despite his attempts to reassure you, you reach out to your coat pocket, hand yourself down as you desperately search for the matchbox you know isn't there. My gosh, oh no, Mind races with a million different thoughts. Why are the matches getting weaker and weaker? Has it been losing too much smoke? Has the distance from the matchbox caused the magic to weaken? Why didn't you think about any of this through? Hey. Claude's voice cuts you through your frenzied thoughts like a knife. Look back at him. This time being able to see almost completely through his figure. I'll be fine. My soul follows you. No matter where you go, I'll be there. Please, don't worry. With each word, you can hear his voice becoming quieter, physical presence slowly disappearing. When you're ready, you know how to reach me. And there it goes. Seconds after he finishes his sentence, Claude's gone. It's as if he was never there, no trace of his existence left behind. Terrifying to think about. Stay at the place where he had been for what feels like ages, your eyes welling up. Maybe it was the reaction your body had to the harsh gales of snow being thrust at you, or maybe Claude's absence really did have an effect on you. Knowing you can't stay outside forever, you trudge back towards your cabin, resolute in your mission to find answers. Dimly lit interior casts eerie shadows on the walls. Pace back and forth, hands fidgeting as you mutter under your breath. The room feels suffocating, and yet you can't bring yourself to step outside for a moment, or of respite. Also, Claude consume your entirety, like an unquenchable fire raging in your chest. There has to be a way. I can't lose Clyde. We won't let us be torn apart. Not again. Don't have time to sleep. This ends now. Make a beeline towards the matchbox on the countertop. Driven by emotion rather than reason, you pull out another match and set it ablaze. Hey again. Claude reappears, concern etched upon his face. He forces a smile. That was quicker than usual. Are you alright, Richard? You seem a bit troubled. It's nothing really, just been thinking a lot. Claude raised an eyebrow, sensing the tension in the air. Care to share? Maybe I can help. Hesitate before looking intensely into Claude's eyes, mustering the courage to voice your fears. Look down quickly, tears welling up in your eyes as emotion overwhelms you. Keep it together, Red Shirt. I don't know if I'm ready to move on. God, I'm sorry, that sounds so selfish. Claude reaches out, gently placing a hand on your shoulder. Richard, the past couple of days have been anything to go by, anything but selfish. I mean, you dropped everything to him and a guy that jumped out of a matchstick claiming he was your soulmate. I've had years to process this. You've had less than a few days. Give yourself some credit. But that's exactly it. Getting these memories back and being able to see you again, only to say goodbye? I hate to admit how much I dread solving all this. I want you to be free, I really do. But I also feel like the moment you leave, I have nothing to come back to. You anxiously fiddle with the hem of your sleeve. I don't know how to describe it. It sort of feels like I'm dying. Not in a physical sort of way, but like it's telling me in my head, and with every memory gained, me from this life gets weaker. Does that make sense? I sound crazy, don't I? No, not at all. Didn't believe that's how you felt, Richard. I honestly didn't want to say goodbye either, but I figured it'd be selfish to drag you back with me. He snaps up to look at him in disbelief. He bit his lip, willing down the reckless hope that bubbled up. Instead, I'd like to confirm that you'd heard right. Really? He suddenly holds one hand up and crosses a finger over his heart in promise. Really and truly. That's a huge relief. But how do we make this happen? What if we solve everything but fate still has other plans for us? What if this is our only chance to stay together? Richard, I love you. Nothing can change the fact that I'll do anything to preserve this love. I just haven't figured out what we can do to accomplish that. In this form, my knowledge has limits. A thought sparked in one of your freshly recorded memories. It skirts across your mind. Maybe there is a way for us to ensure we stay together, no matter what. Straight to your bookshelf, scanning through the spines of ancient tomes and mystical grimoires. Lucky that your collection from your first life was kept so well preserved. Hands tremble as you reach for one. Its pages filled with spells, rituals, and arcane knowledge. Bingo. What are you planning, Richard? I've heard of people making deals with supernatural forces or performing rituals to secure their love. Maybe there's something in here that can help us do exactly that. Claude appears concerned, but can't fully hide his intrigue at your desperate suggestion. Are you sure about this? Some of these sorts of things can be dangerous. You should know all too well. You bite your lip, but despite the risk, your desperation fuels your determination. Grab the delicate book and look at him with a desperate gleam in your eye. Can't bear the thought of losing you, Claude. Do whatever it takes to keep us together. But still, I don't want to be at the cost of your well-being. I'm just afraid. I don't know exactly what will happen once everything's done. What if we make the wrong choice and end up losing each other forever? Or what if the matches run out and I'll live to regret not taking this chance when I could have? I sound crazy, I know. I can't explain this feeling myself, but I trusted you, so please have some faith in me. He sighs, but nods his head. After all, you had taken a chance on him. It was the least he could do to return the favor. Flipping through the book, you search desperately for anything that can help you. Ritual, a spell, anything. There's something here, you know it. Something that your past self had left as a failsafe. Finally, you managed to gather a few options. Not perfect, but they're a start. You hesitate, your eyes locked on the text scribed onto the page. So you're prepared to discuss your findings with Claude. There are a few options I came across in this book, but none of them are without their own risks and consequences. Fingers tremble as you hold the pages, your eyes scanning over the text in hopes of finding more ideal situations you had missed in your first pass. What sort of consequences? Well, some involve invoking spirits or making deals with supernatural entities. However, the outcomes are uncertain whenever you consult another being. One wrong move and they could con you out of what you want and put you in an even worse position than where you started from. Claude shudders at your words. Even his flames seem to grow paler at the thought of paying the price for a botched deal. Worse than this? How about the other options? They're rituals, but they all require an equal exchange. Considering what we want to accomplish, we'd have to make an incredibly huge sacrifice for it to stand a chance at all. Besides all that, I may have my memories back, but my body is weak. It doesn't have the same experience as it did in my first life. My buckle under the pressure I have to act as a conduit. First thing you know all too well, sensation you became acquainted with even before entering the whirlwind adventure with Claude. You're weak. There's no way around that simple fact. As much as these days had spent reminiscing and piecing together the mystery of your past, offering a chance at a pace to break a monotonous routine, you can never escape the reminder of how your body will continue to fail and wither away from beneath you. And here you are, verge of a breakthrough, only to hit another wall because of your illness. You hate it, and you hate having to admit it out loud. I want to be with you, Claude, but I'm not sure if I'd be strong enough to do any of these right. Richard, don't beat yourself up. If you think about this, it's risky. Maybe this is a sign that this sort of magic isn't the way. Whatever it is, we need to consider all possibilities before making any rash decisions. Shake your head. No, this is the only way out. You flip through the pages of the ancient book, searching for a solution. You hit a dog-eared page you had skipped past in your first run-through. On it, you notice a familiar image of a box of matches, not like yours. A smile begins to form on your face, and it skims through the text, a ritual that instead uses a burning match to seal your feet together. This might be it. And you see what is required to be lost. Find anything new? Nope, guess this was a dead end after all. Set aside the book, but say nothing of what you read to Claude. Claude hates this stuff. It won't do him any good to know the specifics of this if we don't go through with it. It's purely a last resort. Probably for the best, but Redshirt, I think that maybe you should take some time for yourself. Never running on a tight schedule, but it will be pointless if you collapse from stress in the process. I pushed you too hard. Expression flickered across his face, and you feel your heart sink once you recognize it. You look so guilty. Was he regretting contacting you? Was he going to turn around and give in at the last moment, all in the name of keeping you supposedly safe? I've had centuries to think this over, and you barely had a day. Don't have to carry this burden on your shoulders alone. Alone? I don't want to be left all alone again, Claude. Can't just come here and give me all these memories before abandoning me. Redshirt, you're right. This has all been unfair of me, and I'm so sorry. Never meant to hurt you like this. I just wanted to see you again, to make things right. Well, here's your chance. If we do this, we can fix things and never have to be separated. I'll never be alone again. But it's not worth risking everything for the chance to stay together. You hesitate, struggling to find an answer that feels right. Heart races, anxiety creeping in. Swallow hard, fighting back tears. Richard, I'm sorry. Claude, it's fine, I'm sorry too. Wave your hand in dismissal. You're on the verge of a breakthrough, and now here you are, explaining the guy you're so desperate to keep. This isn't healthy. I think I just need some rest. Let's take some time to think about it. Make the best decision, and we'll do it together. Claude smiles sadly, and you notice how weary he looks. His eyes are sunken, and his shoulders remain stiff with tension. The conflict must be taking a toll on him as well. That sounds good, Redshirt. Don't even turn around to wait and watch as Claude to fade away. Simply leave. Fleeing to your bedroom, running on the frustration and embarrassment. You hadn't meant to say those things aloud, but you couldn't help it. Shutting the door and flopping on your bed, pull out the book and flipping until you reached the page with the matchbox. Look at the mess you've made for yourself, Redshirt. A sigh rewording every single line on the page you came across. Your mind wanders as you begin to lose focus. Claude was right. Nothing could come from making a rash decision, but you can't help it. How was anyone supposed to act in your position? Getting brought into something much bigger than yourself only to get attached and have it all yanked from under you. You have a right to be a little intense right now. The whole situation is intense. But still, maybe you need to take a step back from this. even just for a few moments. Okay, which one to pick? Is it really so selfish to want more time, or I don't like the person I'm turning into? Yeah, I get the feeling that one's probably going to get us a bad ending, maybe, and make us push our souls away more from Claude, so I'm going to go with the top one. Is it really so selfish to want more time, to risk everything for just a few more moments with Claude? Isn't that what love is? Taking risks, even when the odds are stacked against you? Page beneath you darkens. It takes a moment to realize that you're crying. Now that the frustration has faded, all that's left is fear and sadness. Did you say that you were willing to risk it all for each other? Wiping your face, you finally take a moment to breathe like Claude suggested. Laying on your bed, you go over the memories you recovered of your previous life, as well as those that you'd made in this life. After a while, you feel substantially better. Not perfect, but better. Claude, doing this because I care about you. Turn and see yourself in the mirror. Reflection is nothing. Never looked so clear before. You know what you need to do. Yeah, a bad feeling about this. I'm wondering what sacrifice we need to make to do this thing. You hadn't got much sleep the night prior, though that came to no surprise as you lay restless in bed. You tossed and turned, running through your options over and over again, until nothing felt real anymore. One thing though was certain, no matter what you pick, you'd had to sacrifice something else in return. So now here you were, watching the sun begin to set as its vibrant orange light bathes the cabin in a warm, fiery hue. The bed is made, dishes washed, and firewood restocked. Everything is neat and tidy to allow for a clean exit. After all, no one to break promises. No point stalling any longer. Walk over to the dining table, picking up now infamous box of matchstick that had changed your life course in a mere few days. Substantially lighter than before, only holding a mere 2 matchsticks now. Make that number fall further as you take a match and strike it. Red shirt. Claude breaks into a smile. You never could hold grudges for long. In the rare occurrences where the two of you would fight, he'd always be first to give in and try to make up. But now you figure it's your turn to take on that role. Listen, before you say anything, I just want to tell you that I'm sorry for yesterday. I was stressed, but that doesn't mean you weren't either. Regardless of how things end, I don't want our last memories here to be of us fighting. Richard, it's alright. No, Claude, it's not alright. I don't want to brush things under the rug. Not again. Not now. Claude stops, staring at you with wide eyes. Then he smiles. But this time it seems brighter, more genuine than the one he greeted you with when he appeared. You're right. Guess that's been a nasty habit of mine lately. Apology accepted. But I also want to say sorry. It was so easy to get caught up in something I only dreamed would happen, that I neglected everything else. There's a world beyond our relationship, past or present. Now harmed us both by forgetting that. The smile, though, doesn't quite reach your eyes. The words ring true, but awaken your twinge of guilt at the decision you settled on. Doesn't yet know how apt his confession is, in more ways than one. Apology accepted. Claude takes a step closer, his eyes filled with a warm understanding, as if he can read your inner thoughts. Oh, how you wish he really could. Do you remember when we first met? Went through so much together. At some point, it just became a relaxed to lean on each other whenever something came up. He's trying to comfort you. You know, slowly, recalling the countless struggles the two of you had faced, both together and apart. Yes, I do. Really have been through so much together. And we'll face this decision together too, no matter what choice we make. Knowing that our love is constant. I believe in your strength and in ours as a pair. I believe in you. I really do. It's hard to keep a smile that's anything but sad. I'm glad. I'll be by your side every step of the way. I have to accept the truth, face the reality of the situation. I need to make a decision that's best for us. Gaze at the crackling fire in the fireplace. Its warm glow casting shadow on your face. Now, red shirt, what's your decision? I already know the answer. Ooh. Which one do we want to do? Do we want to be record or time to let it go? Well, I'm going record. Mind already made up. I mean, we made it this far. Why would we give up now? Want to be with you, Claude. Have a ritual that would do just that. Claude's eyes widen with a mixture of emotion, shock, joy, and concern. Richard, I'm so happy to hear you say that, really, but what about you? What about your life here? What's there to go back to? Hospital bed, heart monitor? No, I think all this was built up just for the sake of meeting you. But now you're here. Claude smiles. I'm here. Frosty air clings to the log cabin's wall, sleeping into your bones. You stand in the center of the room, breath forming small clouds as you exhale, each one dissipating like the fragments of your fading dream. Feel the weight of the decision that lays before you, pressing down upon your heart like an icy anchor, but you are resolved. Do you trust me? Look up, silently asking for permission as you eyeball the matchbox left on the table. Claude has made his worries about witchcraft and ritual clear before. I do. I'm going back until now then. Trembling hands reach out for the matchbox, fingers brushing against the rough cardboard surface. Cold had numbed your senses, but the gravity of the situation courses through your veins, igniting a fire within you that rivals the chill in the air. If only you could have a little more trust in yourself. Wait, are you sure you're ready for this? Claude's words cut through the silence. You paused for a moment, feeling the magnitude of what was about to happen. You're not. Claude, seeing you falter, gently takes your hand in his own. Warmth from his touch sends shivers down your spine, a stark contrast to the frigid air that surrounds you. Whatever you're feeling, you don't have to face it alone. You won't face it alone. No going back now, right? Glance up at Claude, eyes shimmering with unshed tears. In that moment, you both find solace and comfort in each other's presence. Somewhat reprieve from the unforgiving world outside. Like it doesn't even matter. Doesn't exist to you anymore. Overwhelmed by emotions, you struggle to find the words to convey your love for Claude. Open your mouth only to close again. Internal conflict evident on your face. Claude, I've never felt this way before. More than just a friend to me. You're everything. You finally manage to voice your feelings. You feel a strange sense of relief mixed with fear. Claude's eyes soften, understanding your vulnerability in that moment. I think it goes without saying how deeply I care for you. Face whatever comes our way together. I'm just scared, Claude. Fiddle with the matchbox in your trembling hands, feeling the weight of the decision you're about to make. Claude watches you with a sympathetic expression. It's okay to be scared, but remember that no matter what, I'll stand by you. Eyes meet. You are struck by the sincerity shining in Claude's gaze. Take a deep breath, trying to steady yourself. Support means everything to me. It's what gives me the strength to face whatever comes next. Fingers brush against the match, where that each one brings you closer to the edge. Tears streaming down your face, you strike it against the box, adding a small flame and whisper the verse of words that you memorized. Yeah, I think that's a grammatical error right there. Thank you, Claude, for being here with me. Always. Soft glows of the burning match cast flickering shadows on your face, reflecting the inner turmoil you both share. As the match burns out and darkness returns, you know that time is running short. Light another. Second match is flame dancing, casting a warm glow that fills the air surrounding you. Light illuminates your face, revealing a shared vulnerability as you both stand in the principle of the unknown. In this fleeting moment, our otherworldly intensity connects you and Claude, drawing you closer than ever before. It's like the world is holding its breath. When the eye of the storm now, Gaze into Claude's eyes, finding solace in their death. Your heart beats in unison, as if tethered by an invisible thread. The room around you fades away, leaving only the two of you and the burning match. Can you feel it, Claude? The connection between us? I do, more than anything. I want to protect it, and you. The last whistle of smoke from the spent match dissipates. Claude reaches out and cradles your face in his hands. You lean into the touch, comforted by the warmth of his skin against yours, getting closer. Thank you for being my anchor. You don't have to thank me. Just know that my love will never waver. No matter what happens, if you lose everything, then you'll always have me. All we need is each other. Let's brush together in a tender kiss, bittersweet and filled with longing. As you pull away, the weight of the unspoken words hang heavy in the air. Bond between you deepens, transcending any physical barriers as you prepare to face whatever comes next. Close your eyes, letting it take the place of any other lingering connection your treacherous heart still holds on to. Your hand trembles as you reach for the remaining matches, blood pounding in your ears. One by one you light each match, your eyes locked on Claude's, who stands by silently, offering unwavering support. With each match, you feel the ritual eat away at your memories, your current life, the price you have agreed to pay. With every match, selling my fate. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for Claude. I figured it out. This is what love is. Oh, we get a better look at one of the bruises. Yeah, it is really pretty. So last match is lit, you listen to one more string of words. Vow to renounce your life in order to bridge the gap between you and Claude. You finish and toss it into a wooden floor that you had prepared for this moment. Sparks catch and spread, fire quickly consuming the dry logs that make up the cabin with it. It goes with the physical connection that still tethers you to this world. Photographs, keepsakes, serving only to feed lustful flames. The crackling sound grows louder, whispering a secret language only you can understand. Your fate is sealed. The smell of smoke. I never realized how thick it could get. It's the scent of our love burning, of our lives changing forever. Laugh a little. Then, our love smells terrible. Claude snickers, moving closer to you. The room continues to fill with thick acrid smoke, making it difficult to breathe. Cough, tears streaming down your face, not from the smoke nor the flames, but the overwhelming emotions coursing through you. You put your remaining energy into choking out your next words. Claude, I love you, more than anything. And I love you. Face this together, whatever comes next. Take one last look at the burning world around you. Flames licking at the walls and the ceiling above the cabin, creating an inferno that mirrors the passion in your heart. Flicker of regret dampens your fervor. It's more than I imagined. Your friends, your family, your life, they are no longer yours to keep. You give them up and now they would be gone forever. You would be gone forever. Glance around the burning room, blaze casting a haunting glow across your fearful face. At the first lick of flame tears at your flesh, the reality of the situation finally sinks in. You are burning, just like before. It hurts. But yeah, I'm right here with you. The claw speaks, the heat from the fire intensifies, yet an inexplicable chill runs down your spine. And amidst the chaos, all you feel is your love for Claude. It numbs you as your body chars. Eyes meet, and this time time seems to stand still. Rod the flames fades into the background as you only focus on each other. Without hesitation, Claude pulls you close. Blades press together amidst the destructive blaze. To embrace, your heart beats in unison. Find the chaos surrounding you. Love will carry us through whatever awaits, my darling. Together, we will rise above the inferno and forge a new future. We lose everything, but Claude remains, just like he promised. And that's all you needed. Oh, and that's it. Man, that was still a fucking depressing ending, so yeah, we had to give up our life to be with Claude forever. But I mean, we were gonna die anyway, so... Man, I'm wondering how more depressing the ending would have been if we had gone with the other one, and moved on from him and then just accepted our death. That would have been so much more depressing. But if you guys want to check out the other ending, the link will be down in the description below if you want to read through this yourself and maybe pick out a few different other dialogue options. But yeah, man, this was kind of sad and depressing. But yeah, I still hope you guys enjoyed my read through of this, and yeah, I'll be seeing you in the next game I play.